Good morning! Today I'm going to be showing you a day in the life of a medical student. I am currently in Neuro, so today's goal is to turn my whole room into a Neuro lab. I printed out all of our labs and I'm going to be labeling them and then putting them up on my wall. And I really need this to go well because this is what you see all the time. Neurology residency, this is what I want to do, so if I don't do well on this exam, I kind of have to give up on everything. No, just kidding. I just really would like to do well. And we have a lab. This is the only lab that we have for this semester. We have a anatomy lab kind of thing where we have to identify everything, but also understand the structure. So I am just gonna make my room into an anatomy lab, and I think that's just gonna be ingrained into my brain, and it's gonna work. And I'm also gonna try to have a little bit of a wholesome morning with a little bit of yoga and making myself some nice breakfast, so I'll take you for that too. Alrighty, now that we're done with yoga, I'm gonna go have some nice breakfast and then shower and we'll get to it. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a before moment before I turn my room into a Neuro lab. Definitely not the cleanest of rooms, but it does the job. So we're just gonna probably put it all over this wall and wherever we can find space, really. Maybe the ceiling, who knows? We'll figure it out. You know how girls have the little tracker for their period? I don't need one of those because my face will tell me. Hi. So I kind of have, I can barely move my face. I gotta take this off anyways. Oh gosh. But I kind of have a lot going on right now in terms of like my study area because I don't want to just be drawing. I kind of want to be listening to something that will help me because otherwise I feel like it can be passive, can be active. So right now, this is my setup. So I have my Boards and Beyond playing, and then I'm just labeling here, doing everything, just adding the different nerves and all of that. And then I also have this, like everything else right here, so I can just grab and go. So it's like a whole, I'm trying to make my desk a little bit bigger than it is basically, but it's going well so far, just coloring, labeling, trying to understand while having a nice little something in the background so I still feel like I'm productive. Taking a little break with some curry that I made earlier, some chickpea, tofu, lentil, bubbly curry. And so far I have 3 hung up out of 60, but I have them basically half labeled because I'm going to have all the names. I already have all of the names and everything labeled, but I want to actually add information like what is the fourth ventricle, what does it do, and all that, so I can just look at my wall and observe. And those are only 3, so we'll see if I have enough room for everything. Alrighty guys, we did it. My room is now a neuro anatomy lab. I have about 60 images all through the brainstem, spinal cord, blood supply, everything. I'm excited to have dreams and nightmares about all these images because they're around all the time, and I'm sure it'll teach me a lot. I was planning on doing kind of what I did here where I put a bunch of info, but it seemed like a lot, like to have it would get really crowded and I probably wouldn't really know what each thing was. Like I can just go up to this image and be like, all right, so that's that, and then if I don't know what it is, I'll just look it up online or look it up on my lecture. But if I have that, then it looks a little bit crazy. Like it's harder to tell, like, all right, this is that nerve, this is this. So it's better to just have more room and I can look it up whenever I'm curious. But I think this is really cool. I'll probably keep it up for a while. And I think it's gonna help a lot with because we have our lab and our exam. So it's a good little keeper-upper, keep my brain fresh. Alrighty, so I did spend majority of my day doing this, and it is a Tuesday, so we did have lectures today, so I'm going to try to not be super behind. I'm going to try to catch up on those 2-3 lectures. It is 5 o'clock right now, and hopefully I'll be able to do it before 7:30 because I do schedule time with my sisters. I have 2 little sisters. I am the big sister. So Monday 7:30 is Shayna, and Tuesday 7:30 is Alana. So those are my 2 sisters, and I know it's weird to schedule stuff like this because it is your loved ones, but I do think it's necessary because otherwise it's just, for me at least, it's not going to happen if I don't do it, because it's just going to keep being pushed off. It's always going to be, oh, I'm busy today, and even if I am busy at 7:30 on a Tuesday, then I'll message my sisters an hour or so beforehand. No, usually more than that, and I'll say, all right, not this time, but this time tomorrow, or this time this day I'm available, and I'll make sure to make that time, because I feel like otherwise you do go a little bit crazy because you don't have that time with your family. I mean, it's great to have friends and everything, but I mean, especially when you're doing something like this, it's really easy to feel disconnected. So I think it's really great to go ahead, and my sisters have an alarm on their phone, I have an alarm on my phone, so we make sure that it gets done. Like we always end up talking to each other at least once a week, and it doesn't have to be about anything in particular. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Hopefully I'm able to catch up on these lectures and hopefully I'll be able to talk to my sisters. I'm sure I will. And my little sister is at the undergraduate college that I went to, so we always have something to talk about, and I love it. It's a great way to end the day. Alrighty, so it is the end of the night for me because I go to sleep at 9 o'clock at night, just so I could wake up at 5 a.m. Doesn't really matter what day it is, doesn't really matter if I'm going to school that day, class, whatever. I don't go to class, I watch lecture online, but yeah, it doesn't really matter the occasion. I just always wake up at 5 a.m. on Saturday, Sunday, blah, 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 just because I feel like, even if I try to give myself a Sunday off, or not a Sunday off, but like wake up a little bit later, it tends to be that I wake up around the same time anyways, so I figured I might as well just make it consistent. And I'm good at waking up early anyways, I don't know. So yep, 9 p.m. for me, and then I wake up at 5 a.m. every day, and it's really nice. But yeah, didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but I was expecting that considering I turned my room into a neuroanatomy lab. I don't think that any of my classmates will really be doing that, but I mean, so far I've gotten a lot of funny reactions from it whenever I shared it with them. I really look forward to it, like just being able to walk up to my wall, and I feel like it wasn't necessarily a waste of time, like I could have been doing worse things with my time, but yep, I'm really excited. I'm looking at it now, like in the background, I'm like, ooh, okay, what is going on there? It's kind of distracting, but I'm really looking forward to being able to really nail this exam because it's really important to me. But yeah, do whatever it takes. And hopefully I'll be able to catch up for today. Thank you for watching so far. Also, I really have been loving neuro. I love even the physical aspect of it, like the physical exams, because we have been learning physical exams for everything, like cardio, resp, and we learned even abdomen when we were doing GI and all that. So it's been really nice because neuro is very logical with the exams that you'll be doing. It's not quite as easy as what I'm going to say, but it's very much like, all right, so you're testing the olfactory nerve, that's smell, so what are you going to do? You're going to put a smell to their nose. Or you're testing the optic nerve, that's for sight. What are you going to do? Test their sight, So it's kind of like if you forget something, then you can kind of think about it logically. There are different names for the different tests that you will be doing on a patient, so it's good to know that. But otherwise, I think it's great how I know that it is a lengthier test than a lot of the other ones. Like if you're doing an abdominal exam, it's probably not going to take anywhere close to as long as if you're doing a full neuro assessment. But I still really enjoy it, and yeah. But anyways, if you want to hear more about that kind of stuff, go ahead and like and subscribe or whatever. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I know it was a weird turn, a day in the life. I don't think most med students would do this to their room for a day in their life, but yeah, I'm turning in for the night. I'm gonna go ahead and post this. Good night.